and it is an Anglo-Saxon gold pyramid. It's very small, but it's perfectly formed. This was made around 600 AD.
Is this a 5 shilling?
A 5 guinea piece.
5 guinea,
So
okay.
it looks a little bit like the £5 pieces that we see today,
Okay.
as in 5 sovereigns. But this is a 5 guinea piece. The guinea was a bit like the sovereign, only it was a pound and a shilling rather than just a pound. So this is a 5 guinea piece, so it's £5 and 5 shillings.
Okay.
It's a very large coin. It's the largest nil denomination that was in circulation in Britain.
And how old is that?
So this is a coin George I, so that's the early 1700s.
Wow.
So we're looking at nearly 300 years old. And a high grade one of these will be worth tens of thousands, almost 100,000 high grade.
Okay.
This one's very worn. It's an affordable example at just over 14,000.
This is Queen Victoria.
Yep.
Now that is that 1,450 pounds?
Yeah, that's 1,450
This guy right here?
That is a high grade piece.
Okay.
You can see
But it still looks like it has a lot of gold in it.
Yeah. No, these are all 22 karat gold.
Okay.
So, but of course, these are of a grade that where it outpaces the gold price.
Now I noticed you have some American coins, but even there, none of these are graded.
I think British coin collectors tend to like to actually store their coins in cabinets. You do find that if you have a collector who's been collecting for 30 years, we often suggest that certain coins are probably worth getting graded.
Sure.
Achieve a better price at all.
Sure.
So
if someone comes to your shop, they're not buying bullion. They're generally a discerning collector.
We sometimes have some bullion. We keep it under lock and key, and we bring it out, and we sell that to people down in the shop usually. As you walked in, you might have seen some in the cabinets. Because we tend to focus more on the older stuff, we don't tend to buy that much in the way of US.
Okay.
So and the same with gold. I mean, could we offer a competitive enough price on solid gold bars?
Right.
The problem is in UK, gold carries various taxes associated with it.
Okay.
So if you're buying and selling gold coins like these are exempt from VAT. Whereas things like gold bars and silver bars aren't. So
I see.
Costs that are associated.
So then for British coin collectors, it's better to buy maybe collectible bullion because they don't have the VAT that comes along with it.
I think that's something that makes things like sovereigns attractive.
Okay.
Is that you don't have any of that kind of baggage associated with
Okay.
because they're technically coins of the realm.
Gotcha.
So they're exempt. But that doesn't apply to silver, I don't think. So.
Yeah, I've heard silver might be a little difficult.
But then again, because we're selling antiques, essentially, they come under certain tax codes that mean that the VAT isn't like 20% on top. It's much smaller.
Okay.
So it's not something that gets passed on to the consumer in a large way.
Right. But most coin collectors here aren't really thinking about bullion necessarily. They're thinking more about, I want to buy a rare coin.
It's collectible coins, whether they're buying for investment or whether they're buying because they enjoy them and they're collecting them.
Right.
They don't tend to buy bullion.
Gotcha.
I suppose some people do look for bullion coins that they like as well. Like someone phoned up earlier asking for a $20 piece for his son's birthday.
Right.
And I said, well, there are a number of shops you can go to. You'll be able to just buy one. Something a little bit unusual because we are branching into selling some artifacts.
Okay.
I appreciate this is a long way from the kind of thing that you do in the US, but in this country we have a lot of metal detecting. That's where people go out with metal detectors.
Oh, yeah.
I know that happens in the US.
Yeah.
Although here we have
you have actual ancient
3,000 years of metallic history.
Right.
This was found by a metal detectorist. It was declared treasure. It went through a big process of valuation. And it ended up in front of a committee, and in the end it was returned to the finder. And it is an Anglo-Saxon gold pyramid. It's very small, but it's perfectly formed. This would have been either attached to a scabbard from a sword, or it would have been attached to a piece of leather which would have sort of strapped a sword in place. It is absolutely superb. It's made from solid gold with hand-cut garnets.
So that garnet is inlaid into the gold there?
Exactly. This was made around 600 AD. So it's after the Romans, a period where Britain has been sort of overrun by the Anglo-Saxons, and we have lots of kingdoms. And you see these pyramids in different forms. You see bronze ones, you see silver ones, and then you see the gold ones. And these belonged, without a doubt, to some of the most important people in Anglo-Saxon England.
So this could have been a king's or a duke's or an earl's?
Exactly. It probably was some lord. We can see that, just to be safe, that the soil has been left in the back because we're putting it into auction with an estimate of £15,000 to £16,000.
Wow. So one metal detector. Okay, so if you do metal detecting in the U.S., I think you need to move to to the UK because I don't know if we find anything that expensive at the beach in Florida. This is kind of the belle of the ball. It's the star of the auction.
I really think it is.
July 5th.
It's a really cool thing. It's pretty much unique. There are similar examples, but there is no exact, specimen that matches it. I don't really appreciate it. We see coins all the time, and even those were mass-produced objects. These, when you hold something like this, there's something about it. It's heavy. I know it's only small.
Yeah,
but it's heavy. And
it is very heavy, actually, for its size. Extremely heavy. Are there any other big highlights in the auction?
Oh, absolutely. I probably don't have time to get them all out now.
Gotcha.
But we've got the Triple Unite.
Okay.
This was the biggest English hammered coin. Hammered coins really popular in England.
Okay.
They were made by hand rather than using machines. You have hammered American.
Yep.
You have the really early stuff like Massachusetts.
Right.
This is a sort of similar kind of period. But this is handmade. This was made during the English Civil War. It was made by King Charles to secure allegiances from all of his supporters.
Okay.
We've also got...
Is that a crew brand?
That is a crew brand, but that's a massive crew brand. If I remember rightly, it is a 5-ounce crew brand.
Holy moly, that's a big crew.
Saxon. We have English. We have this £2 mid-mark 2 pound coin of Elizabeth. It was made in the last year of her reign.
It's beautiful.
It's a real rarity.
And if you're somebody who just wants to try it out, what's maybe the lowest end lot going to go for?
I mean, some of these group lots are estimated at. Some of these Roman coins you can buy for £20 or £30.
Okay. So that's well under $100.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But yeah, this lot here, Greek coins, 34 Greek bronze coins, £40 now. They'll probably go for a bit more than 30.
Sure.
But you never know.
Right.
And the same goes for some of these groups. There is some much more affordable stuff. It's not all just, this is good too, a Henry VIII.
Right.
That was minted. It's really pretty on weight.
Right.
But really fun stuff.
And the added bonus is it's authentic and guaranteed authentic because they purchased from someone with 150 years of experience. So.
No, I don't have that.
Well, yeah, but sure. Thank you so much for taking 20 minutes to talk to me today.
I guess I'll just plug it. This auction, what's that, 111? Auction
Yes.
111 on the 5th of July, 2023. Massive selection of ancient British gold coins and an Anglo-Saxon gold pyramid as well, which is really cool. Yeah, if you go onto baldwin.co.uk and just click on the link to one of our auctions, you can sign up there, you can leave bids in advance, and you can also watch live on the day as well. So that's the 5th of July.
Perfect. Well, we'll put a link in the description to that auction. And if you're ever in London, this is an amazing coin shop. And everyone here is very nice, so you should definitely stop in. And thank you so much.